All right, hey folks, it's Kaya here. It's been about 2 weeks since my last update. You get the full, no makeup, super tired, 26 radiation treatments, burnt body up video today. So, this is where we are. I didn't put on any airs for you today. I'm just here to give an update, let you know how we're doing. It's been over 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks since the last video. And as you can see, I'm sporting some new tattoos here. This is as a result of the radiation treatment. My neck is struggling here. It's all purple and black, and the skin is not liking that radiation treatment. Actually, this whole side of me looks like this all the way across here. So, skin is struggling. I got a few things that I'm putting on it. That is what it is. But I figured it was time for an update so you can see how we're doing. It's been a lot. I'm 26 treatments in. I got just a few more to go. At the end of it all, I believe we will have had 31 treatment ends on April the 29th. And then we will be all said and done with radiation. I'm hoping that my skin holds out till then. So, other than this, we have the discoloration around cross here. The skin underneath this arm is giving way. It's a terrible situation here. So we've been putting creams and doctoring on that as well. It's been interesting, and so I'm still struggling with throat issues. I mentioned in the last video, it's hard to swallow and eat food. So in order to do that, I have magic mouthwash with lidocaine in it and liquid Tylenol that I take right before I get ready to eat so that my throat is not hurting so bad. There's still some pain there, even with those things, but it allows for me to eat soft things. So it's been a really rough couple of weeks. I don't know that I expected radiation to go this way. I kind of assumed that I would be breezing through it and just be a little tired. But this has been more than a notion. 5 days a week, every single day. And so just the going through the motion of getting up. We've been on quarantine for a year. I've been working from home and doing all the things basically from here. Going to chemo once a week is different. It's a different situation than getting up every day and having to go to someplace every single day. And so your girl been going to bed at like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at night, we getting ready for bed, going to sleep. And getting up, working straight up until it's time to leave for the doctor, and doing that stuff. So just keep me in your prayers. We almost there. We are close to 9 months in. Those of you who have been here this whole time, thank you, who sent things and, tried to keep me encouraged. I really appreciate it. The gift cards, the DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. I've learned about all of those different things while going through this. And so thank you to everybody who gave to the meal trains and all of those things. We are almost there, almost at the finish line, and we will be done with this. When this is over, when we finish with radiation, the only thing I will be on a hormone therapy pill for the next 5 years. And I will still go to get my port flushed out until they remove it. And so I'm looking forward to that. The day after I finish my radiation treatment, I have taken the next day off and the next week after that off just to sleep and refresh myself and to be able to just exist, right? And so that's where I am. That is the latest update. But let me tell y'all about this lady at the radiation center, right? So, I've been going, my appointments have been 5:20, 5 o'clock, and 4:40 is the last appointment that they've had. I guess Henry Ford has this new cancer center up on the boulevard across the street from the main hospital in Detroit, and there's high demand there. I guess it's a very new facility. If you like me and overweight, I had to go there because they have a machine that can handle all of this voluptuousness on it. But they seem to be very busy, and so sometimes they take appointments well after their time. I guess their last appointment is supposed to be 4:40, but they've been fitting people in after 5 or whatever that is. Anyway, they're starting to level out, I guess. And I'm the last appointment of the day now at 4:40. And so radiation takes about 20-25 minutes, on a good day or whatever. If they have to take x-rays, it may take a little longer than that. But over this course of this last week, no sooner than I come out of the lab and go into the changing area to get dressed after radiation, this lady comes knocking on the door. She started Monday, and she's, "Miss Hayes, are you in here?" "Yeah, I'm in here." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I was just checking." And first day, cool and fine. It was all good. I get dressed, I go out. She's standing there watching me leave, I guess. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So, the next day, Tuesday, it happens again. "Miss Hayes, are you in here?" "Yeah, I'm in here." "Okay, I was just checking on you. You okay?" "Yep, I'm okay." Then she comes back a few minutes later. "You still here?" "Yes, ma'am, I'm still here. I'll be finished in a minute." Come on, go out. Yesterday, she does it again. "Miss Hayes?" I'm like, yeah. And she's like, "Okay, I was just checking to see if you're in here. You're okay?" "Yes, I'm fine." Then she comes back. "Miss Hayes, do you know how to get out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know how to get out." She's like, "Okay, I was just checking to see. You gonna be a while?" I'm like, I'm getting dressed. I'll be out in just a second. She came back. She called me like 5 times in the course of 5 minutes while it takes me time to put on my clothes, right? So today, I'm already tired. The fact that I'm doing this without nothing on my face lets you know that, we kind of wearing down. We're getting a little tired. So I go in there, and while I'm laying on the table, my mind goes to, this lady better not call my name today, because I do not feel like it. We all in this, I wish she would today before we even finish the treatment. And so, after I say, "Girl, you tripping, stop playing," we go into the locker room. I finish my treatment, and I just so happened to look at my phone, and I said, I'm just gonna see if I'm being, funny, because it's no more than 2 or 3 minutes by the time I come out of the room and walk into the locker room that she's asking if I'm dressed or if I'm okay or whatever that is. So today I just looked at the clock as I'm walking out of the lab, and it's 5:06 p.m. By the time I walk to the locker room, open up the locker, take my clothes out, and walk into a changing room, she's calling my name. And I look down at the clock, and it's 5:08. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. "Miss Hayes, are you in here?" And I just didn't say anything. And she's like, "Miss Hayes, you can hear me in there changing clothes. I'm in here. You see the light on. You can hear me because I'm not being quiet. And Miss Hayes, you're just calling me." I just refused to answer. So she comes all the way into the locker room, and she starts knocking on the door. "Miss Hayes, are you in here?" I'm dressing, just boiling a little bit on the inside. Refuse to say anything. And she just continues to knock and call me. And then she starts moving the handle up and down as if to come in the room. The door is locked, ma'am, first of all, but there's no way you think I've left the building. Was I going to leave in a hospital gown? What are we doing? Right? So when I finished dressing, it takes me about 5 minutes to just put on my shirt and under things to get out the door. And I open up the door while she's standing there knocking. Everything in me wanted to push it real hard so that, she falls back. But I didn't do that. I just opened up the door and come out. And she's like, oh, fake startled. I thought you were gone. And I just look at her like, really? You thought I was gone in 2 minutes? How so? But I just looked and she said, oh, did you hear me knocking? I said, mm-hmm. She said, okay, I was just trying to figure out if you were still in here or if you had left. And I just looked at her. She said, oh, okay, because, they have this rule now that I can't leave until the last person is gone. So I was just trying to make sure that you were in there and you were okay. And I just looked. And I walked out of the door. And everything in me is saying, ma'am, don't do that tomorrow. You don't, just don't do it tomorrow, okay? Let's just allow me opportunity to get in there and get my radiation, to come out and get dressed, and to leave the facility without you knocking on the door, without you calling on my name, and without you checking on me. I'm a little tired, probably a little irritable, but I want us to have a good last 5 treatments, okay? So, y'all pray for me as I go in there tomorrow that these last 5 treatments will work out without me having to tell that lady I probably shouldn't say anything, because the things that I think she doesn't want to hear, and I don't really want to say. So, yeah, keep me in your prayers. Your girl is a little tired, probably a little irritable, but that's where we are right now. We got hair though. Look at there. Hair is doing really good. But yeah, she's tired. That's all I have to say. Good night.